Hello and welcome back to the Canaries Chat channel. Today we have another transfer update video. Obviously we're doing these every couple of days. A few more rumours around players coming into the club, and one of the ongoing sagas around outgoings has now been wrapped up, but it does look like we are entering into another one. So let's get into the outgoings and then we'll get into the incomings later on in the video. So starting off, Sainz has now officially signed for Porto. Around about that 14.25 million mark is what's being reported, and a 20% sell-on fee. The little bits of information that's come out the last few days is that actually his sell-on fee at 20% can be reduced if they pay another €1 million next year, and that will take it down to 10%. And very interestingly, his release fee is 100 million. So I don't know, maybe they've obviously seen him at the start of the season and whacked that in place just to scare off anyone if he does kind of produce that form in Porto, but does seem exceptionally high. I don't think they're going to need to worry about that coming into place. Obviously, if it did, Norwich would definitely benefit from it. But yeah, I think in all honesty, that won't be happening. But I think he goes with kind of everyone's well wishes. No, there's no kind of animosity there. It all seems very subdued, I think, from people. The fact that we've lost one of our best players, everyone kind of thought it was coming. It's been going on a while. And yeah, I think people are just happy to see it wrapped up. But that's all been confirmed. So no more Sainz news going forwards. And then we are into the second potential saga that may be dragging on, Josh Sargent. So Burnley still interested, but not willing to meet the valuation. So Wolfsburg, supposedly talks have been going on for the last few weeks now, but no one is willing to meet our valuation. So there's talks of the valuation is 16 million, talks of the valuation is 20 million. It may be that we see 16 million up front and another 4 million or so in add-ons. Burnley fans seem very split on the signing of Josh Sargent. I've seen a lot of bigger Burnley accounts on X saying that they should be doing better than that, and I've seen a lot of other people replying to those comments who are Burnley fans saying that absolutely they should be biting the hand off to get him in the team. I think people have this preconception of Josh Sargent the last time he was in the Premier League. He's a very different player now. His finishing is a lot better. He's even more athletic than what he was previously. He'll absolutely run himself into the ground for the team. So if Burnley could pick him up, for me, that'd be a no-brainer. But yeah, they seem to be split at the moment in regards to that. But it does seem like this is now the saga to kind of rumble on. The fact that there's already been a couple of weeks of talks and that we're not kind of that valuation that we have for him as of yet is maybe a sign that it could be a couple more weeks to go until that's all wrapped up. But hopefully it's done sooner rather than later, just so the team can settle down into pre-season and not have to worry about rejigging things on the opening game of the season to Millwall like we did last year. But that is everything for outgoings. There's no further rumours there. Just quickly, about 80% of the people watching this video aren't subscribed. We set a very audacious task of trying to hit 2,000 subscribers by the start of the season. It's a big stretch, but if you're enjoying Norwich City content, you want to be part of that journey, make sure to click the subscribe button down below. Now into the incomings. So a few more movements have been done, supposedly, behind the scenes, so that we've got about 4 to get through, starting with Diallo. So obviously there's been a lot of rumblings between us and Watford. There was supposedly a 4.3 million deal agreed with Watford. I think I said his medical was happening kind of the day of the last video, or just happened. It has actually happened a little bit previously. But obviously something is stalling that, and there seems to be growing confidence that Norwich can step in there. What I would say is there seems to be some issues potentially around getting him over regarding where he sits within the Norwich system. So we're happy to not use a GBE kind of visa for him, but use an ESC one, which is for kind of players that won't have met the thresholds under the GBE. But what it can do is for exceptional talents, an ESC can be used. And I believe we've moved a few players out of that onto GBEs recently, regarding kind of their visas. So, yeah, an interesting one to keep an eye on. But it does seem that we're willing to make those adjustments for him to come. So, definitely one that I think I wasn't very positive in the last one. Now I feel like I'm swinging back round, and getting a little bit excited again. But I think we're just going to let this one rumble on. Let's see what happens. And if there's any other new updates, we'll, of course, come to you guys straight away with that. Talking of attacking players, we've supposedly been interested in Celtic winger Hyun-jun, 23-year-old, can play either sides, South Korean. Didn't have an exceptional start to his Celtic career, and by the sounds of it, Celtic fans have maybe potentially already written him off in regards to him coming good. He can play both sides, and the interesting thing is Celtic haven't decided what they'd like to do with him, whether let him go out on loan, whether let him move permanently. But he is supposedly interested in looking at a move to Europe or England, either or. And I think we're not kind of concretely interested, but he is someone that I think we're keeping the tabs on just to see what that situation is, basically. And I think once Celtic have made their decision, if we are able to move in on him, I think that will be something we may look to be doing. So it does seem that we are prioritising those wingers, and there doesn't seem to be talks of us slowing down. If we've got Diallo, it does seem to be that we'll probably go and get someone else as well. So definitely one to keep an eye on, and fingers crossed we can get them both over the line, and then that's our kind of attacking players potentially done. If Sargent leaves, we may go for a striker as well, depending on how they see Fitzgoran sitting in. Could he be the Sargent replacement and Cernak be the backup? You never know. But yeah, it does seem quite exciting at the moment that we're getting linked with a lot of names all over the place. So hopefully we can keep that going. But I do think the outgoings will start happening soon because we do need to balance up the squad. In regards to Pele Mattsson, there is an X account who got the fit score and stuff absolutely spot on throughout it, and they kind of specialise in Scandinavian football, and basically they're saying, I believe their name is Kim Kristofferson, they're saying that the Mattsson deal is done. I believe they say 4-year contract, and it's just going to be a matter of time before we announce whether that's true or not. We'll wait and see. But they did get the fit score and stuff absolutely spot on before anyone else, and that is supposedly their speciality. So I will caveat that one, that's nothing kind of officially from like reporters or anything, but a source on X that has got it right in the past gives a little bit of room for excitement to see what will happen. And yeah, hopefully by the end of the week we might have announced Mattsson, another central midfielder in the door, and then I think that will be when we start seeing the outgoings. So yeah, fingers crossed that one is all sorted. And then lastly, we have Charlie Taylor is being supposedly linked, left back, currently at Southampton. I believe he's around 31. He's open to leaving Southampton, and Southampton are open to letting him go. I actually think this would be a great appointment. I actually thought he was older than 31. It seems to be that he's been around for ages, but the fact that we could have him, Mahovo, and Crescene, he would be a great kind of coach and role model for those two. But I personally believe he's still playing at a high enough level that he would be more than good enough competition for them as well. So if we could get him across the line, we're clearly looking for the left backs. He fits that profile we're supposedly looking at as well, which is that English experience and kind of knows the league. So I'd be really happy with it personally. I don't know, leave your thoughts down below in the comments section if you'd be happy with that one, because I think that'd be a shrewd bit of business. We're obviously still relatively okay in the left back position, so it's not one that has to go straight in. But I do think, obviously, with previous injury records, it would be really good to have some experience there to help coach the two younger left backs, but also provide that competition. But after the Cresswell links, I think we could probably be fairly confident that we may see a few more left back links come out, especially around the slightly senior players of maybe the 30 and above, that have that English experience. So exciting times there as well. It all seems to be go at the moment. There never seems to quiet a couple of days when it comes to Norwich City and these transfer rumours. What I would say, if you are enjoying these videos, leave a like, subscribe as well. As I said, we're trying to hit that 2,000 goal. If you want to support the channel as well, feel free to join and be a member. The link is in the description, so just click on the link and that'll take you there. And yeah, we'll see you in the next video.